Fitzgerald.
Attorney General, thank you.
Appreciate your waving at me.
Thank you for being here. Right. I think we all agree that no one should be above the law. And recent reports had former President Clinton in California. He fell ill, and was also reported that he had been there to raise money for the Clinton Foundation. In 2017, then Attorney General Jeff Sessions launched a probe to scrutinize whether donors to the Clinton Foundation had been given special treatment by Hillary Clinton when Hillary Clinton was Secretary of State. This investigation wound down in January of 2020. In September of 2020, press reports indicated that Special Counsel Durham's team was seeking information on the FBI's handling of the Clinton Foundation investigation. During your confirmation hearing, if you remember, you were asked if you would actually ensure that the Special Counsel Durham, would have sufficient staff and other resources to complete that investigation. Now, obviously, you've had more than 6 months on the job, and can you commit to allowing the Special Counsel Durham's investigation to proceed and obviously free from any political influence?
Yeah, let me just say first about the money. We're now in a new fiscal year, and as everyone knows, Mr. Durham is continuing. So I think you can readily assume that his budget has been approved. We don't normally make a statement about those things, but since he's still in action, the provisions of the regulation, which require approval of his budget for the next fiscal year, are public. So I think you can draw. You would know if he weren't continuing to do his work.
I'll take that as a confirmation that the investigation is continuing into the Clinton Foundation, and I think that's important that we ultimately get to the bottom of it.
I don't want to say what it's about. That's up to Mr. Durham. I'm not determining what he's investigating.
Very good, very good. If I could move on. Another thing that came up during your confirmation hearing, you said that the DOJ would be under your, quote, protection for the purpose of preventing any kind of partisan or improper motive in making any kind of investigation or prosecution, and that's the end of your quote. But, you know, I think there's many people that I interact with on a regular basis back in my congressional district that it appears that when you have tackled and targeted specific areas since your tenure began, it's been about election integrity measures, pro-life initiatives, and, you know, what's been discussed many times here today, the silencing of parents that kind of are very upset about what's going on with some of the school boards. So it appears that you said one thing and made that commitment in your confirmation hearings, but at the same time, it seems that DOJ is specifically targeting many issues that I think I have described as conservative issues. I'm wondering if you could respond to that.
On the last point, I hope you can assure your constituents that we are not trying, the Justice Department is not trying to chill their whatever objections they want to make to school boards. Our only concern is violence and threats of violence. So if you could make that clear to your constituents, perhaps that would help on that question. On the other questions, some of these are policy differences that are natural between one administration and another. Different views about what the law is. There will be people who, from the Democratic Party who disagree with my determinations, and you've already heard some of those. And there will be people from the Republican Party who will disagree with my determinations about our filings in civil cases. Now, that comes with the territory. That's what happens to the Attorney General. I'm doing my best to ensure that we make decisions on the facts and the law. And when I said I would protect our people from partisan influence with respect to investigations and prosecutions, I meant that, and I continue to do that, regardless of which side of the aisle is criticizing me for it.
And earlier, a member said that he was very concerned about the previous administration weaponizing DOJ. And I would say I share the same concerns, and I would certainly hope that your department would maybe be much more sensitive.
Time of the gentleman has
appearance
expired,
of
Mr. Liu.
Many of these actions. I yield back.
Gentleman yields back, Mr. Liu.